First on Fox, a sudden shakeup by the Department of Labor is sending shockwaves through youth workforce programs across the country, and the ripple effect is hitting some families hard here in our area. Fox News' Taylor Harris reports from one local center where people were upset and confused tonight.
We've been outside the St. Louis Job Corps Center for hours on Friday, and what we've been seeing is truly heartbreaking. Students have been escorted off campus by security, many with all of their belongings, while concerned family members rushed to pick them up. Security told us we aren't allowed on the property without regional approval, and employees can't speak on camera. But the emotional toll playing outside the gates is impossible to ignore. By June 30th, the U.S. Department of Labor is pausing operations at all contractor-operator Job Corps centers, including here in Missouri. The Department of Labor says this is due to a $213 million deficit, rising safety concerns, and low graduation rates. However, the move puts nearly 200 jobs at risk and displaces hundreds of students who rely on this facility for stability, training, and a future.
New information tonight, the country's largest education and training program will shut down its offices nationwide. In Indiana, the Job Corps program helped thousands of Hoosiers with low income get the job training they need. And we're talking about youth from 16 to 24 who really benefited from this program.
Fox 59 State House reporter Hannah Adamson spoke with directors of Indiana's program about its impending closure and why it's going away.
Have that eventually leave it will be definitely heartbreaking.
Reginald Porter has worked for the Indianapolis Job Corps site for almost 20 years. He says unless the federal government reverses course, the site will shut down next week.
The specific training that they're doing here, that's not going to transfer over anywhere else. So they will have to go somewhere else and start over.
Their hopes and dreams have been pulled out from underneath them.
Renee Wolf heads the state's other Job Corps site in Edinburgh. She says Monday the center had to tell the roughly 200 students it had been housing to leave. The program is no longer achieving the intended outcomes that students deserve. A Department of Labor report shows in 2023, only 30% of Indiana Job Corps students graduated from the program. That same year, roughly 400 infractions were reported between both Indiana sites. The Department of Labor announced it would pause all Job Corps operations nationwide. A statement reading in part, quote, but Porter argues those numbers don't tell the full story.
Most of those infractions are from missing Chromebooks. So if we would see 24 program year 24, 25, you would see those particular students graduating, those rates well exceeding 80%.
But the report did show trends for other metrics over the years. According to the Department of Labor, almost 90% of Indiana Job Corps students received a credential of value in 2017. By 2023, that number was just under 30%. But Porter says the report's emphasis on COVID years.
What up, everybody? How all is doing? Hope all is well. And if not, hope we get back on track sooner or later. Seeking an idea thing. What is this, yo? Why would they do that? Why are they closing Job Corps? When they know Job Corps is helping, you know? What is going on that's insane, yo? What's going on, yo? Why are they closing Job Corps when that's the other option, yo? I win a Job Corps. That was my option because I never thought about the college situation. I thought about the debt that comes with college. But beyond that, I didn't really put it together because when I was younger, I ain't thought that deep about college. I thought more like about the situations I want to get into to make, you know what I mean? To make moves and blow up. So Job Corps can give you a skill, a trade, your GED. You can finish your school in Job Corps, go to trade. You can even advance to go to college. So they're giving so much kids opportunities. Now, take it for granted, not all kids is going to, seize the opportunity. Not all kids is going to graduate. And even that said, a lot of kids is going in, acting out. So makes you wonder, yo. Like, I don't know, man. But they said the turnover rate is not a lot at the same time. But you got to understand, The program is for kids that want something out of life, that are trying, no options, no choice. Other than the ones that the court system sends them, now they're forced to go there. You know what I mean? And now they don't see the choices that they have because they were forced to go there when some other kids willingly go there. For example, I was willingly going there taking my part. You know, I didn't want to finish high school, but I wanted a choice. And that was one of the choices available at the time. Wow. Man, out of the blue, that's crazy. Because guess what? They're closing it immediately. That's at the end of the month. All operations shut down. Signing over paper? Nah. Budget cuts? Budget cuts? There's a bigger picture going on here. Something bigger than just budget cuts. You know what I'm saying? Because they're playing with the future. So, what to do? You know what I mean? And the kids that want to do something and want to trade, want to learn something, they're going to have to buck up and finish school and go through it. But there's situations where you can't finish school. So it's going to be a rough years to come. Hopefully they can install it back, but you think they're going to bring it back? It's been around for so long too, man. It's a beneficial, yo. Job Corps, man. That is crazy, though. That is insane, because, you know, you get that trade, man. And you have options. Like real life options. Nursing. You know what? That nursing, that the auto, that electrician, sign painting, hospitality. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you get to finish all your schoolwork, right, wise. Man, that's crazy. They're closing Job Corps for the future, yo. For now. Wow. I went there 20 years ago, you know. Was it 20 years? 1999, baby. Class of 99, you know. Crazy. Well, what you gonna do? What we gonna do, y'all? You know, just get to our young ones. Tell them to focus. To focus about being something. You know what I mean? And you gotta make that time, you know? You gotta make that time. Can't be bitter about, I didn't have the time, I didn't get the time. It's not about you, it's about the young ones. Because now we're the older ones and we're in position, and we gotta make sure the young ones their minds are clear and their minds are straight. You know what I'm saying? At least clear on what they want. Focus on what they want to do, you know? Have them working on it. Early out. We got to give these young ones understanding. Because look what's going on here. Lesser and less options, you know what I mean? I know it's crazy things going on, man. All we can do is go for the ride and see what's going on and do the best we can. And, you know, make the right moves. Choices, y'all. CLP. I'll catch you on the next one.